Let's turn this blank slate into this for the music lovers in all of us. Hi there, my name's Carolyn Dunn and I'm a dot mandala artist, and I would love to welcome you to my channel. Let's get started, shall we? Today I'm working with a board that is almost 12 inches. It's about 11.75 inches, MDF. I've painted it, varnished it, signed it on the back, and now I'm just laying out the front. So I've got my handy dandy center finder, and I'm just laying out two lines that intersect at 90 degrees. And now we'll connect those dots. And we'll just use our compass to double check our center. You take the edge of the compass and take it all the way around and make sure that there are no big discrepancies. That is pretty much at the edge all the way around. And that looks good to me. So I'm happy with that. Now I'm lining up my 16 segment stencil along those guidelines I've created to put in the rest of my lines. If you don't have a stencil, that's okay, just use a protractor. To create 32 segments, you'll want to mark at every 11.25 degrees. And now we'll just draw those lines through and right through the center. And now we're marking off our 0.5 centimeter segments for our circles. I've always had good luck with these yoke erasable pencils. The chalk comes off with no issues. I recommend them. My first circle will be at 4.5 centimeters from center because I want to put a treble clef in the middle. That'll be our feature point. And the remaining circles will be at 0.5 centimeter increments. I always like more guidelines. So here I am using my compass to divide off each section in two. And I just take the end of my compass and place it at the same point on every line. So I've done 3 lines up here, and then I bring it one way and I bring it the other way. And if you do that all the way around, you'll get the center of those sections. So now we'll have 32 sections instead of 16. And then I'll just draw those lines all the way through. Okay, I'm making this musically themed. I've traced in a treble clef here in the space that I've allowed. So just find some clip art and you can do the same. The tools I'm using today will include the Happy Dotting Company tool set, and I've got the full set there. I love them because you can clearly see the millimeter size on them. I'll also be using a 5-piece nail stylus set, and these are the millimeters of my tools. We'll start off by base painting our piece in the Craftsmart black acrylic. I've just got a big jug of it here. We'll use some pouring medium if needed. In the dazzling metallics, we'll use purple pearl, glorious gold, and teal. In Martha Stewart's, we'll use jet stream, and then party streamer pink. In the Craftsmart multi-surface premium metallic, we have pink tourmaline. And in the folk art color shift, we've got pastel purple. We will use the pouring medium to add to the Martha Stewart paints and the folk art paint. And the first paint we'll use today will be the purple pearl. We'll paint that treble clef in with purple pearl. I'm using the 1mm tool here to lay down my purple pearl paint. I'll use both the large end and the small end of the tool to do this painting. And you'll find sometimes that a fine tip tool will help to define the edges of the treble clef. I'm naming this piece Melodie's Heart. I have 5 sisters, and my oldest sister is Melodie, Melodie, and she is an inspiration to so many people. She's kind and loving and lives with music in her heart every single day. She's been through a lot of challenges, but I've never met anyone more positive in my life. She has a loving husband and 2 beautiful daughters, and honestly, she's been a bit of a substitute mom to us since our mom passed away in 2016. We love her, and that's why I've named this piece Melodie's Heart. So now let's define that center section with a row of glorious gold dots using the 3.5mm tool. And we'll create dots all the way around. And don't forget to pop those bubbles. Okay, can you guess what's happening next? You guessed it, alternating swooshes. So I'm dividing each one of these sections into 2, and that gives us about 0.5 centimeters in increments all the way around for our alternating swooshes. Very beginner friendly. So our first swooshes will be in the Dazzling Metallics Teal, and we'll be using the 0.5mm tool to create swooshes from the top down towards the treble clef, always working towards center. Our alternating swooshes will be in Martha Stewart's Jetstream. And again, we'll be using the 0.5mm tool. We'll mix in some pouring medium to get it to the right consistency for doing our swooshes. If you find a space that is too small, use the small end of your tool. Lovely, we're all the way around. Now we're going to go in with some purple pearl flower bases using the 8mm tool, and we'll go on every other line in the 32 segment sections. Now let's create some petals. We're going to use the Jetstream by Martha Stewart and the 0.5mm tool for those uppermost dots, and then we'll walk the dots down with the small end of that tool. Okay, for this next row of dots, we'll go in with the Dazzling Metallics Teal. We'll use the 0.5mm tool for the uppermost dots and to walk those dots down as well. And our final row of dots here will be in the glorious gold, still using the 0.5mm tool. Okay, now we need some highlights. So we'll go in with the Martha Stewart Party Streamer Pink and create some dots in between the flowers using the 3.5mm tool. Absolutely perfect. I love it. Me again, forgetting to press record. Anyways, we're going in with the pink tourmaline paint and we're creating some swooshes down to that Party Streamer pink using the 3mm tool to load that paint up there and then drag it down with a smaller tip tool, a fine tip tool. Okay, and we'll finish these up. There we go. Okay, we're going to create some more flower vases and we're using the Dazzling Metallics Teal and the 8.5mm tool. And we're going to place a dot just above those pink swooshes. Now watch carefully and do not, I repeat, do not do what I do. And I do it almost all the way around before I figure it out. Oh my word. Only me. At least I had one of them in the right spot. Are we having fun yet? Don't worry, when we're done, no one will ever know it happened. We'll paint this out with the base paint color, which is the black acrylic, and we'll start again. Now, let's do it right this time. Repeat after me. Over the pink swoosh. Over the pink swoosh. Okay, so we're going to use the Color Shift Pastel Purple for our first row of dots, and we'll mix it with pouring medium because it is quite thick, and just to get the right consistency, sort of like a yogurt consistency. And we'll use the 0.5mm tool for the uppermost dots and the small end of that tool to run the dots down. I'm sorry, I started without you. The second row of dots is in Purple Pearl and I used the 2mm tool. We're using the Glorious Gold paint now to do our last row of dots on these flowers, and we're using the 2.5mm tool for the uppermost dots and to walk those dots down all the way around. I left a marker there where I need to go in and put in a dot that had bled into another one. So, lest I forget and have another forgotten dot. Anyhow, now we're putting in Dazzling Metallic Teal dots and dragging them into a swoosh in between those flowers. We're using the 3mm tool to load the paint and to drag it down as well. Now let's get this Purple Pearl guy in. Awesome. One more row of flowers along here in the Purple Pearl, And we'll use a 9mm tool to place dots above the swooshes. Only above the swooshes. And all the way around. The 2mm tool for these dots. And what I'm looking at is I want to get 3 dots in there, and then we've got a round of notes we want to put along the rim. So we'll use the 1mm tool to walk those dots down. There we go. I'm excited to do the musical notes around the edge, and I'm hoping that they will turn out nicely, of course. So let's again go with the, yeah, that's going to be perfect. 2mm tool for our uppermost dots. Let's walk it down with the 2mm tool as well. There we go, all the way around. So if I haven't had the paint out for too long, I scoop it back into the bottle and give it a shake. Glorious gold. And we'll take the large end, well, we'll take the 2.5mm tool is what we'll do, and place our uppermost dot, and we'll walk down with the 2.5mm tool as well. There. Now I think we can go in with our jet stream blue dots. I think I'll go in with the 3.5mm tool. Well, let's start here, shall we? Okay, now let's go in with the 4mm tool, and let's place a dot at the base in between the last row of flowers, and we'll run a swoosh down to that as well. And we'll do this all the way around. Ooh, I am loving this color palette. Love it. Of course, we'll be having some top dots. But for now, let's just go in and get bubbles. Okay, we're going to go in with some more swooshes with the pink tourmaline. As you can see along the rim there, I've sketched in our musical notes, and I've given that 1.5 centimeters to place those notes in, so we don't want to encroach on that area with our swooshes. So I think if you keep them in line with the uppermost dot or below, we're good. Now we're going to go in and do these musical notes. So the parts of a musical note are as such. The round ball at the bottom is called the note head. The line up the side is called the stem, and the little thing at the top is called the flag. So the way we've done it here on our piece is I've placed a dot or a note head on every line, so the line should run through the middle of it, and then I've measured and placed one in between as well. The stem should run up just a bit to the right of the line you're on, and then the flag will come out to the right of that. It's sort of like doing the first part of alternating swooshes because you're running towards the center with all of your stems. I hope that helps. And we're using the 3mm tool to create the note head and just a fine tip tool to create the stem and flag. In Purple Pearl. I like them. They're unique, like my sis. We're going to place some top dots now using the number 4 or the 4mm tool and the purple pastel paint in the color shift on top of the Purple Pearl paint. For our middle row of top dots, we'll mix together some Jetstream as well as the Dazzling Metallics Teal to get a nice in-between color for our top dots. I really like that. Now we'll go in with the 5mm tool and that pastel purple from Color Shift again, Folk Art, and we'll create top dots on our last row of flowers. This is the small end of the white tool I'm using now. So just pick a tool that's smaller than the tool we used to put it in to get that top dot on. And this is in the pink tourmaline. And we'll go in with the teal, the Dazzling Metallics Teal for the top dots on these. And we may just use the 1mm tool for that. And back to the pink tourmaline. And I think the 1mm tool here as well. And there we are all the way around. Now we're just adding some pouring medium to the pink tourmaline because we're going to add another swoosh beside the tourmaline pink swoosh between the last row of flowers. And we'll use the 3mm tool to create this swoosh. And I'll use the fine tip tool to drag that swoosh down. Now we'll use the 1mm tool and that Jetstream paint to create some swooshes around our flowers. Oh my word, guys. Remember the Forgotten Dot video? I just realized while editing this video that I forgot a swoosh. So I quickly ran over to my piece, all finished, everything, and there it is, the forgotten swoosh. My word. I'm surely losing my mind. Anyhow, we are going in now with the 2mm tool to create the Jetstream swooshes on the outer rim of flowers. And hopefully I'll remember to put them all in. Oh, word. Alright, so I want to add something to the outer rim there. I'm going to use the Jetstream paint by Martha Stewart. I'm going to add some liquid pouring medium from Liquitex, and we're going to create some dots between the flags of those musical notes. So we'll create one in the center using the 0.5 millimeter tool, and then one on either side of that. So there should be 3 dots between each one of the notes, all the way around. It's time for top dots on top dots. Going in with the purple pearl and the 1.5 millimeter tool to do that inner row of flowers. And while we've got that paint out, might as well do that outer row. Same tool size. And now we'll go in with the Dazzling Metallics Teal to do that inner row of top dots, all the way around. The painting is finished. Now it's time to clean up our guidelines and do any touch-ups required and get ready to varnish. I just use a soft microfiber cloth dampened with warm water to clean up my guidelines. They come off no problems. And then I use my black rescue paint to touch up. I've already added 2 coats of varnish. I use the Liquitex High Gloss Varnish and a high density foam brush. And now I'm just putting on my 3rd coat. Make it nice and glossy. Don't forget your edges and clean up any drips that you might have over the side. And then we'll be ready to present. And now I present to you Melodie's Heart, representing all that is beautiful and musical in this world, and especially in my sister. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey to create this beautiful piece. And please consider subscribing, liking, commenting, or sharing. I'd love that. And always, always remember, keep on dotting. See you next time.